Good morning. It is Monday, March the 23rd, 2020. This is Dormer making a presentation for my Algebra 1 class. We have been talking about the simplification of radicals. We're going to move on to antiradicals tomorrow. And we are concluding the section dealing with the simplifying of radicals when you have variables associated with it under the radical sign. So the first step is to find the prime factorization of a number inside the radical and factor each variable inside the radical. So here we're simplifying the cube root of 4, 5, x to the 6, y to the 4th. So if you work that out and factor it out, you end up with 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5, which is equal to 405. And then with x, you have 6x. So it's x times x times x times x times x times x times x. And then with y, you have y times y times y times y. So now you want to determine the index of the radical. In this case, the index is 3, which is located right over here. This is the index of the radical. Because it is a cube root, which means that we need 3 of a kind. So we need 3 of these. Okay, so 3 times 3 times 3, the cube root of 27 is 3. That goes right there. This will stay under the radical sign, as you see here. Here we have 2 of these, so the cube root of x cubed is x. The cube root of x cubed is x. Okay, so now you have x times x. Here you have the cube root of y, so that's y here, but we have nothing else to do here, so that goes right here. Multiplies these together, so what you end up with is cube, x times x is x squared, y, 15 y cubed. So this is the simplification of this product over here. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And we'll go back and I will want you to do the practice problems. Okay, it's simplifying the fifth root. Oh my goodness, how do we do that? Of 243x to the 7, y to the 8. Same type of pattern. One, you find the prime factorization of the number inside the radical and factor each variable inside the radical. So that will come out to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 243. Then you have x to the 7th, that would be x times x times x times x times x times x times x. And then y to the 8, which would be y times 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 y. Okay, so step number 2, determine the index of a radical. In this case, the index is 5 because of the fifth root, which means that we need 5 of a kind. Move each group of the numbers or variable from inside the radical to outside the radical. In this case, it will be the 3's, as you can see here, because 3, the square root of 3 to the 5th power, okay, comes out to be 3. X to the 5th power, the square root of that would be x. Y to the 5th power would be y. So you end up with 2x here and 3y here. So now you multiply these together, you get x cubed, y cubed. So when you finish up, you end up with 3 times y, 3xy, the 5th root of x cubed, y cubed. Okay, I think we have enough time to do one more, and this will be it for today. And then I'll give you the practice problems to do. Okay, so basically what you have here is the following. You are asked to simplify 216 x to the 5th, y to the 5th. It says find the prime factorization of the number inside the radical. Factor each variable inside the radical. Again, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 216. X to the 5th is 5x. X to the 8th is 8x. So we're looking for the index of the radical, which is 2. Okay, and so we have two of these and two of these. So 2 times 2 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 3 times, 3 times 3 is 9. The square root of 9 is 3. This goes under the radical. This goes under the radical. X squared, the square root of x squared is x. The square root of x squared is x. So you put that here. X will go over here. And then we have a whole bunch of these. The square root of y is equal to y. The square root of y is equal to y. The square root of y is equal to y. The square root of y is equal to y. And so when you multiply everything together, those that are outside the radical sign and those that are inside the radical sign, you end up with this. 6x squared, y to the fourth, square root of 6x. Okay? And so this is it for today. And I will put up your problems on Google Doc and have a good day. Bye-bye.